We're back.
What's happening?
Back in action.
Back to the past. Back to black. Back
I see you got the merch on.
Yeah.
Where can people get that merch?
Hey, you could get it from
Nowhere. That's where.
You gotta get it from your boys.
It's one of a kind. Exclusive.
Indeed.
Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll think about selling you pigs.
Think about it. You swine.
I don't know why I always come out of the gate attacking the two people listening. It's to tell you guys just my mood, how I'm feeling. Right now I'm not feeling particularly well, so the insults are here to stay for this episode.
Boy.
Yeah, I'm projecting, right? Is that what white women say, projecting? Yeah, that's also a go-to party for me to pick on, white ladies in particular. I don't know why, don't ask me. Probably some deep-seated trauma at some point in like a Pier 1 Imports that I haven't worked out. Some sales person, you know.
I was thinking of this joke by Bill Burr the other day, and he was like, you know who fucking snuck their way up the fucking I forget what he said exactly. You know who snuck their way up the goddamn you know what I'm saying, treated unfairly ladder. He was like, white women. He was like, y'all sat right by us, white men, when we was doing fucked up shit for fucking centuries, and now all of a sudden you want to be like, oh, well, I got shit too, just like all these colored people, and hop your way up to the front of the fucking line. He's like, nah, come back here, take your talking to, just like me. Yeah.
That's funny.
He's funny, yeah.
Bill Burr's a funny guy.
He is.
Yeah.
Cracking me up.
He yells a lot. That's his thing.
His voice is kind of funny too. It's like almost like Gilbert Godfrey, like kind of same octave.
Yeah, it's just Gilbert Gottfried has like that crazy like cadence.
Yeah, like Bill Burr's is like a subtle version of that.
My mother's pussy is on fire. You know, like that really.
Yeah.
But Bill Burr's like, hey.
Yeah.
Fucking get the fuck back here.
Yeah.
And deal with it.
Of that. It's
yeah.
Like, but Gilbert Gottfried's actually like, if the Bill Burr would be the evil twin, Gilbert just has the fucking crazier voice. You know, he was the bird on Cyber Chase, and he was in something else.
Yeah. Cyber Chase, good Lord Jesus, that's a fucking
that
show I haven't thought of.
Yeah, that theme song hit for real.
Wasn't that like PBS Kids or some shit?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That man was doing Digit. His thing.
Gilbert was Digit for sure.
I want to be a voice actor. Goddamn.
What's
the take?
Oh my God, these fucking characters. Good Lord Jesus. Why was he in this show? Because he's like the dirtiest, fucking raunchiest.
But his voice fits the bird.
Why the fuck was he in this?
What else was he in?
PBS Kids show.
He was in some other kids show. I'm trying to think. But his voice, he was Aladdin. He was Diago in Aladdin.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He's a bird. Yeah, he just does good birds.
Does good birds, yeah. It's got a very bird-like register.
He's still alive, right?
No, he's dead. He died during the COVID.
For real?
Or before, maybe even. Damn. He had like some sort of cancer or something.
Damn. I know he was he would let people pay him money, and he would like say certain lines or sing certain songs or
Yeah,
something
he
like
was on Cameo. He was probably one of
that.
the biggest paid cameo stars.
You know the One Piece rap?
No.
It's a very so like for some anime, they when they brought them to like America, they would like, when they turn them from subtitles to dubbed English, and
Mhm.
they would have English openings for some of them. So One Piece, that came on 4 Kids, and it also came on Cartoon Network. So instead of the Japanese opening for the first season, it
Mhm.
was a rap, and everyone knows it's the One Piece rap. It's fire. It's fire.
Is this what
Like,
you're thinking of right here?
yeah, people still think about it.
About
And
him
yeah,
doing
and
it?
Gilbert Gottfried sing it as well.
Yeah. Let's take a look at
Maybe
this if I can get it
let's
on
see
the
what we got.
fucking
We don't
screen.
own this audio or video.
Yeah. We don't own the rights to Gilbert Gottfried's adaptation of the One Piece rap.
Dreaming, don't give it up, Luffy. Dreaming, don't give it up, Solo. Dreaming, don't give it up, Nami. Dreaming, don't give
No, is this him? This was a cameo he did, and then they put it to the rap?
Yeah, he's singing
give it up, give it up,
the
give it
lyrics.
up, give it up. No, here's how the story goes. We find out about a treasure in the Grand Line. There's no doubt the pirate who's high
I
up.
can just see him. We found out about a treasure in the like really fucking slow, and then they had to pitch it and speed it
No,
up.
no, what's the video?
Yeah, I need to work on my Gilbert Gottfried. I used to be able to do it well. When you don't exercise that muscle,
Gotta exercise that voice. Drink some tea. I'll be
that
like,
specific voice though, that's like a rancid piss voice. Like that's really you gotta
your vocals.
be in a certain state.
On it, he'll sing, I'll be king and I'll be pirate king. Yeah, yo, yeah, yo, yeah, yo. Ho, ho.
Yeah,
His
he did
name
not
is
say it like that at all. He went, yeah, yo, ho, ho. And then he probably took some beats like, what the fuck are they making me read?
Set it up and shit.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because the actual one is a decently fast song.
Yeah. Okay. Neat. And why is this rap significant? Like this was a fan song?
It's just no, it's the actual song. So like for a
Is it
lot
like at the end of the show or something?
it's at the beginning. It's the opening.
Oh, so this is like the title intro?
They would take so nowadays when people watch anime, they just watch it as is with the Japanese opening. But for a while, they would take like
An American opening.
bring it to America and make an English opening that Americans would like to get their attention. Like
I see.
Digimon, Pokemon. So Pokemon, you watch the actual anime in Japanese. The names are different. The Pokemon names are different. They have ending music. They have different music inside the show.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The openings are different and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I see what you mean. So this was the
There once
original
was a man
American
named Gold
opening.
Roger, who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the
Jesus Christ, I did not ask for all this.
Ever since,
Yeah,
pirates
it's
from
got-
all
I
over the
think it
world
played
set
that
sail
like
for the
most of
Grand
the time
Line.
it's not used on.
Don't give it up, Luffy. Don't give it up, Solo. Don't give it up, Nami. Don't give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Here's how the story goes. We find out about a treasure in the Grand Line. There's no doubt. The pirate whose
That's like a real rap. It sounds like
Yeah.
E40 almost. I'm waiting for an
I'm not sure
ooh.
who does it, but I think it's some group. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, E40 got that ooh.
That's,
He's got a bird
But
thing,
he'll
this.
sing, I'll be king of the pirates. I'm gonna be king.
that's what I'm waiting for.
His name is Luffy. That's Monkey D. Luffy. King of the pirates.
All right, that's enough.
You're about to get to the good part. It's gonna tell you
Yeah.
how he's made of rubber.
I think we've seen the good part already.
How did that happen? Yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum.
Yeah. Oh man. So, have you seen any of this live action version of this?
Oh, that did come out. Is it out already?
I think, or maybe not. I don't know. You saw the trailer though, didn't you?
I ain't even watched the trailer. I heard about it. I ain't even watched the trailer.
Let's get your take on this trailer.
God. Just a reminder, we don't own any of the video or audio we play in this podcast.
I mean, even from the thumbnails here, what do you
Oh my
think?
fucking God.
Wow, that was a visceral reaction from you. Oh my
Netflix
fucking
has done
God.
it
Just from
again.
looking at this guy, at this Brazilian
it.
guy?
Done it again.
Okay.
Done it again.
All right. You're not racist. It's got 10
Shut
million
up.
views. 10 million people had to have enjoyed
People are
this.
trying to see how bad this shit is.
Ever since I was a kid. The sea's been calling.
Does he sound like
So-
him? I don't know what he sounds like in the cartoon.
He doesn't necessarily sound like him.
Ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
They're
'Cause I
going for
heard-
they're going for a Latinx Portuguese accent almost with this actor anyway. They're trying to make it more like, I guess, what it should be depicting
Maybe
in
that's
the
how he sounds in Portuguese, because there's different languages in anime. Most are like just Japanese and English, but like some of them they have different languages. So
Mhm.
I'm sure One Piece has a Portuguese option, and maybe that's how he sounds in that option.
And I guess the creators of this thought that it would be more true to the source material, to like, I guess it's a manga or some other dumb Japanese bullshit that you
Listen
people
here.
like,
Listen here.
that it would be
need-
more true to the story if he were, from
Hey.
like South America. So they tried to make him look and sound that way as well.
I don't know about
And
that.
again, your gut racist reaction to like throw up in your mouth at the sight of the thumbnail is, I'm sure, what the creators were hoping wouldn't be the outcome. They
Oh my
thought people would
fucking God.
welcome this change of skin tone and vocal affect.
First off,
I'm
he's
setting out
mad
to
like he
follow
looks
my
like
dreams.
you. I thought it was you, and I
Oh,
was like,
thank you so much.
didn't
That's a
tell me-
compliment because
That's
this
why I
guy's
said
hot.
what I said.
This
I was
is a
like-
sexy motherfucker right here.
I
So
was like, this
thank
bitch
you.
didn't tell me he got a Netflix deal, and he didn't invite me for the obvious role.
I
of
fucking
Usopp.
wish.
That's fucked up.
I'll play in some dumb shit that I fucking despise on Netflix. Hell yes. That's going to pay for all this.
Send
It's going
us
to
a
get
check,
us
Netflix.
moving.
Send us that shit.
Yeah, let me see that check, and I'll fucking dance around with my ass out in a flash. I'm just a jock strap and a dream.
Oh my god. That's what we're gonna. Oh, Josh Strike in the Dream, the new L&C
And
play
6
coming
fucking
soon.
figures at least.
Send us emails if you want to be in it.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
Does that look like the
All I need is a
town?
loyal crew. And I
Kind of. It's a
think
bunch of different places they sail around.
Together we'd make a pretty good.
Well, where's he from? Fucking dumb fuck monkey city, right? Or
I forget where.
Dum
I
Dumville?
forget where it's from, but it's like it's not real places. It's like a bunch of islands.
yeah, that's
and
what I
shit.
said. I said a fake place from the show.
Yeah, let's
Dumbass
do it.
village.
I don't know about that one, but
Mhm.
you know, some the type of
Dumb
village.
fuck
Yeah,
town, right?
I can't agree to this.
Dumb fuck town. That's where he's from, right?
We could go with bumfuck. Because bumfuck means nowhere.
It's BFDF town for short.
Shut the fuck up, no.
Good team.
The city of nowhere.
We're heading up to the Grand Line.
Yeah, based on the manga, so that's what they're basing the show on, not
A
necessarily
treacherous
the
stretch
cartoon.
of ocean with bigger islands and bigger pirates.
Oh, shit.
Careful
That's the
with that.
clown.
I don't work for you.
I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst
And I don't understand why he's the only Hispanic one in the crew. Everyone else is kind of like white adjacent,
Yeah.
right? Are they of different backgrounds in the show? Like
So like
starkly different backgrounds?
there I guess because Luffy is kind of tan, so I think they're just trying to look like him, and the dude happens to have an accent.
Well, no, they went the whole way. Like they deliberately chose someone with an accent because they said it'd be
No,
like
but-
what he was supposed to be like.
You don't,
In the-
his accent don't sound. That's what I said. Maybe in the Portuguese audio, he sounds like that.
Well,
you know
like
what
I
I'm saying?
said, the show departs from the
From the
manga or the books,
which
you
is-
know.
which is Japanese. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
their mission with the live action was to make it as close to the source material as possible, and so they were like, he would be like a Brazilian kid. But but what I'm asking is, everyone else supposed to be from the same area that he's from, or are they all being pulled from different?
They're all from different areas.
Oh, okay, all right, then that makes sense. I'm sure. I was just like, I hope they're not from like the same place, and then some of them happen to be regular schmegular, you know. English speaking.
Well, they both are for the other two, but like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't got that's, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, what do you think so far? You saw a big giant fish monster, an Avatar 2 creature?
No, that's from the manga. I
think I saw something in the wrap we watched that looked like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
You know,
I'm asking, what do you think? Does it look good so far?
It looks terrible.
Wow. Now, why are you so harsh?
Because I don't settle. I refuse to settle. I don't.
But what's settling about this trailer?
This is garbage.
How? And what? Give me some like.
What the fuck am I like? What is this? This is terrible. It just looks bad. It doesn't look good.
Okay, all right. Now it's time to pick it apart. Give me some reasons why. You can say it's bad.
Visually, it looks bad. I don't know what they're doing with this casting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just not. It's like it just doesn't.
I would agree there. Yeah, it seems a little static, right?
Yeah.
Bigger islands.
But then that's how I watch anime. Anime's like this in a lot of ways to me, where it's like, I don't know where, and then
Careful with that.
And then like, but they could stand to be more expressive. You know, maybe there's a little more of this when she's yelling at him, you know, careful with that. What are you? You know, she's kind of like plain faced, but the dialogue is there. I mean, that's some anime shit, is it not?
I don't know about that.
I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst.
Yeah, and then the catty back and forth, and then splitting it up.
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't watch anime, so you don't actually know.
I do know. I've seen plenty.
No, you've seen. But
I've had the misfortune of being with so many people that love this shit.
I don't get why.
And it is a misfortune.
Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
This hurt me. All of it. Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan is fucking wonderful.
Fucking Assassination Classroom. Is that the shit with the smiley face?
With the octopus, yeah.
Yeah, octopus. Fuck that mess. My Hero.
Don't you even dare. Don't you even dare. Stop it now. Cease and desist.
What was the dumb video game one where they're all in a game?
Jump Force.
No, not that one. The one where it's like a big battle royale. What?
Is here Jump Stars or Jump Force?
Not Jump Force.
Jump Stars.
No, it was a big one where like they were all like competing against each other. Oh my god, I'll think of it later. That was a really big one, like 4 or 5 years ago. Everyone was into that. You had to have.
If I'm not right, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not Jump Force, I promise you. It's not Jump Force.
I don't know. Maybe it's new. I never heard of it.
Oh my fucking god! It's on like the tip of my tongue. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at myself because it's like right. You know what? It's like right there. I'll think of it. Well, let's keep watching this though.
It's a crew.
Not a crew.
You stop.
We
me
haven't
if it
sailed
gets
together
worse.
for very long, but I know we've got each other's backs.
What did he say? Gum gum?
All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
No, they don't.
This is bad.
It's bad?
It's not good.
Yeah. We'll explain.
Not good. I just like.
Did you like the way his arm got all Mr. Fantastic?
So like he does that. So he ate the gum fruit. That's why he's made of rubber. So when he'd be like gum pistol, gum Gatling, you know what I'm saying? But like that, just like I just it's just not right. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, Mr. Krabs. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I get it.
Not feeling it.
I mean, I'll never get it. I'll never get why anyone watched any of it to begin with. But
That's because you were dropped on your head as a child.
and that may be the case. But even while that may be, I reserve the right to not have a general interest in the material being discussed.
The poor, miserable existence that you live,
Yeah,
but it's okay.
Poor me. Yeah.
I pity you, but you know, it's
Fuck,
whatever.
what is this thing called? I'm gonna waste so much time trying to look this up. But no, go through what else. What else is bad about it?
Just like, so they had the one joke I did like that about the finishing move thing, and he was like, "No, they don't." I like that. That was funny.
Sword Art
I was
Online.
like-
You've never seen Sword Art Online?
I never actually watched it,
Oh,
but I know
okay.
what you're talking about.
Fucking everyone watched that dumb shit.
I'm
Everybody.
fucking dying.
Everybody watched this dumb fucking bullshit,
Oh my god.
dumbass show.
Trisha's not having it. He's not having it. You didn't have to watch it. Like, I watch anime by myself. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking to people, I'm not like, hey, let's watch some anime. I like to watch it by myself, especially if it's with someone like you that doesn't understand true art. I'd never want to watch it.
Art,
with
my
you. I'd
ass.
be like,
More like true fart.
you see
Rest
what I'm
my
talking
case.
about? You have the fucking brain capacity of a 5-year-old,
Yeah.
and that's why you can't understand how great it is.
You have to be 5 years old to watch this and take anything away from it other than it looks pretty.
No, it's like fight scenes and storylines.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
But
Good
you're
stuff.
a kid at heart. I mean, this is designed for you.
I feel like we're all kids at heart. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not. I'm fucking depressed as fuck.
You think kids aren't depressed?
Kids don't know what depression is. All they know is fucking eating their boogers. And then when their teeth fall out, they get fucking money somehow. That's all they understand.
You're not wrong.
Once a year, they get a shit ton of presents that they didn't earn for no fucking reason. Because they were good? Okay, sure. Yeah, you were good. You were good when you pushed your brother onto the ground, on the playground in front of everyone, and then lied about it and pretended like it didn't happen, that he tripped, and you told him to trip, and you made him lie to mom and dad. You made him lie. You made him tell them that he tripped so that you could continue to get the presents that you don't deserve.
Are you reflecting still?
No. Not at all. I'm telling you, this is how kids operate.
No, yeah,
But-
kids are crazy.
But a kid won't go home and think twice about some shit like that. And they'll be like, oh, fuck. Okay, so that happened.
Kids are fucking sociopaths.
Yeah.
Were you at Oasis the one time? I saw this kid. He might have been like 3 or 5. I don't fucking know. I don't know kids' ages and shit. They all look the same. But his, like, it was like a smaller child in a shopping cart.
Uh-huh.
It was at the door, and I think the mother was paying or whatever. This motherfucker was about to push that cart with his brother in it out the fucking doors. And son, like, because then it definitely would have fell when it fucking went off the sidewalk.
Mhm.
And like the baby probably would have fucking died or had like a wild traumatic brain injury.
Yeah,
And
like a
the kid,
debilitating,
the kid did not give a fuck.
Mhm.
And it's a good thing the mother caught it, because like I saw, but I was watching.
Yeah, no, kids
It's
stay
gonna
trying to kill each other.
He'd have went to jail if that baby fucking.
If my brother could have killed me, he would have. It would have happened. If I didn't outmatch him in strength in every way, I would have been strangled in my sleep. Or if he had the wherewithal to figure out that if he just like put a rock in my mouth while I was sleeping and that I would asphyxiate in my sleep, he would have done it. If he had the wherewithal to put 2 and 2 together, be like, that's how we kill him. Just to see it happen, though, not because he had any vendetta, just to see it happen. That's how kids operate. I've watched him grow up. He's a great kid now, but there was a period where all he set out to do was inflict pain and torture upon everyone and everything in his surroundings.
Oh shit!
And that's just the nature of childhood. I mean, as good as you can be. And I was a pretty good kid, but I'm sure I had my moments where, I didn't get my way or something was in my way. And, why go around it when you can beat it senselessly, beat it just to near death
Oh shit!
with your bare hands. And
I
that's what
remember
kids
one
try to do when
time-
they're hitting shit, when they're like, they're like flailing around with their shit. It's because what they think they're doing is beating the shit out of somebody in that moment. They think
Real
they're laying
talk,
waste to their.
fucking talk. Oh yeah.
It's not because they don't think they're capable of just wailing on somebody.
They think that they could take you.
Yeah.
They're like, "I'll show you, bitch. I'll show you."
Imagine like, and that's what I don't like about Big, right? And it's been a while since I've seen that movie. But if a kid, even that age, got into an adult body somehow, it's over. I mean, like that's
things that they would do are horrendous.
yeah.
They'd be in jail. They'd be in jail in like no time.
I mean, that's most serial killers, right? It's arrested development. It's people
Yep.
whose brains didn't fully develop in ways that mimic children, really, and they just can't understand that their compulsion to kill people and harm people isn't very nice.
They're like, "What? People don't like this, but it's funny.
It's funny.
But
I watched
it's
him
funny, bro. Stop being a loser. It's funny."
when I like stab his carotid artery and the blood goes everywhere. That's fucking hilarious. It's like Splatoon. And then I get my paint roller out and I put it all over the floor, and I win.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So children
I
are
got-
maniacs,
So
and
I
that's
could-
why they like anime, because anime is for maniacs.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
Your
I don't
Honor, I
even
rest
think-
my case.
Kids don't even be liking anime like that. They like Fortnite and shit.
And what is Fortnite constantly introducing? A bunch of dumbass
Spider-Man.
anime skins.
And Rick and Morty
Mm.
and fucking Avengers and shit.
Mm.
So get out of here. Yeah. And DC characters.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so get out
Yeah.
of here. You died.
Fortnite's a catch-all. They got a little bit of everything going on, but they sure as hell do have a bunch of Dragon Ball Z characters in there for no reason running around.
Look, son, it's a brand. Anime's a brand, son.
Yeah. I have
No,
no
it's not.
problem with anime. I love anime. I always have, always will.
Whatever.
Anime's the best.
Whatever.
Give me a show to watch that you think I'll enjoy, and I promise I'll go into it with an open mind, and I'll do my very best to enjoy it. And I'll watch it in Japanese. I can't watch it in English. Watching anime in English for me, and see, I say that as a person who still doesn't really like it, right? But watching it in English is the worse.
I don't watch it in English.
The greater
There
evil.
are some like older ones in English. There are some older ones in English that are good,
Mhm.
but most things I watch in Japanese.
Yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho, that's the older one. I watched that in English. That's
The what
pretty-
show?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Haka.
Hakusho.
Sounds like a racial slur. I was a little
Probably.
afraid to say that one.
Oh.
Yu Yu Haka. The fuck over
Like
here. Yeah.
Hakusho. It should
Yu
pop up.
Yu
Yeah,
Ha-
there you go.
Hakusho?
Yep.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And so what's going on here?
So basically, he's like a delinquent. He gets killed saving the kid from getting hit by a car. But then it turns out that if the kid were to get hit by the car, he'd have been completely fine. But he ended up getting killed by the car. And then like people in the other world, they're like, well, you could do this task and earn your way back into your body so you don't have to die. And then he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna make you a spirit detective because like there's demons and shit. And since I brought you back to life, you're gonna have to kill them and shit." And then he does a bunch of other stuff and saves the world.
Mhm. Now, did you like this live action adaptation?
I didn't know they did it, but I would never watch it.
So you're just prejudiced against.
The live actions are shit, and everybody knows it.
Sorry.
They first tried it with fucking Dragon Ball Z, like in like 2008 or some shit, and it was garbage. And Netflix keeps trying to do it, and it's like nobody fucking watches these. So I watched Death Note because Lakeith Stanfield was in it, and I'm a fan of Lakeith. But like outside of that, all of these are shit, and I refuse to watch them. I didn't even know they made this. They just be making shit, and nobody fucking watches them because they're
Okay.
terrible.
The closest thing to live action anime that I've watched and enjoyed
Mhm.
was a show called Marco Polo, also on Netflix.
Oh, interesting.
And it's nothing like anime because it's not. And I think that's
figured
probably
not.
why I like it so much. But it's
Oh.
about
Is it about the figure?
Genghis Khan's nephew, Kublai Khan here, Benedict Wong, you know Wong from Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about this guy, Marco Polo, the Italian explorer. And like none of the events involving Marco Polo in this show are historically accurate. But most, if not all, of the events of everything happening around him in the show are from like historical writings. But Marco Polo is sort of the character device that allows you to see everything through him. I don't know why they couldn't just invent a fake person to like go observe them going to war and conquering nearby townships and shit, but they used a real historical figure in a fictionalized manner. But this guy right here, I mean, fucking excellent. He does such a good job as my boy Kublai. It's got a lot of kung fu in it. A lot.
Ooh.
It's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon meets history.
Ooh.
And it's not just fantasy. It's like a combination of religious mysticism and historical events. So very
You know
fun.
what I was just thinking of?
Yeah. What?
Since we were talking about kung fu and anime, I mean, a lot of anime has a lot of good fighting, you know what I'm saying? But Record of Ragnarok in 2 days will be out on Netflix, and that's something definitely worth watching.
Record of Ragnarok.
Season 2 part 2 comes out in 2 days, and I will be watching.
What about the live action of this?
If they make one, I guarantee I'm not going to watch it because
This shit looks a little risque. Jesus Christ.
Not really.
Some Adam and Eve shit.
Yeah, that is Adam. He
It's
fights.
looking a little gay.
Fights.
That's why I haven't pulled it up yet. I'm a little nervous. But this is the manga. Yeah, I mean, look at that. You got this little twink guy with an apple in his mouth. He's like fully nude.
Adam.
And then there's an old tree
Zeus.
guy grabbing him
Yeah.
by the balls.
That's not what's going on.
I don't know how else to describe it. And yeah, so this is Adam.
That's Adam.
Yeah, well, he's looking a little scrumptious to the eye.
I was about to say, I was like, that's your type, ain't it?
Fucking for real. Jesus Christ, it's going to be some type of way right now. Now, this is the book. You're saying season 2 of the show. Now, is each season every volume?
Nah. So at first they did season 1, and then season 2 they put out, I think they put out a little while ago, and then they said that a part 2, I think it came out like January maybe, and then they said the part 2 is coming out.
So is this God versus Adam?
It's God versus humans. So what it is the guys were like, hey, we're gonna kill all the humans. And then there's this Valkyrie, there's the 13 Valkyries, and oldest one, she was like, "Hey, I think we shouldn't kill the humans," and she was like, "You know what? We should let the humans fight the gods to see if they die or not." And the gods was like, "Ah, you wild," and she was like, "Oh, y'all wild buns," and they was like, "Oh, nah, son, I know you ain't just." And they was like, "Word, go choose your characters." You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
this.
Choose your fighters, and then
This like Sistine Chapel shit right here.
is that what that is? I don't know.
The
So
fucking hot ass motherfucker
the
on the
the
left. Hell
the
yes.
human weapons can't hurt gods, so the humans have to. The Valkyries, like, they combine souls and they turn into weapons that the humans can use to hurt the gods.
Mhm.
So basically, one side has to get 7 wins out of 13 fighters on each side. So the first to get 7 wins, either humanity survives or dies.
Mhm.
So that's what it's about.
So these gods are all different religions. This looks like Hindu
Yeah.
something here.
Yep, that's Shiva. They got Zeus. That was the old dude Adam was fighting. They
Okay.
got mad stuff. The next fight, Buddha is fighting for the humans.
Hmm.
They had Hercules. They had Poseidon. They had
You cannot tell me that this isn't the gayest shit you've ever seen in your life. This one right here. Can you see my cursor?
I can see it.
Yeah, this one, how it's like barely in his mouth. Like all that's missing is the drool.
That's a good apple right there.
Yeah,
It's good
okay.
eating.
Sure.
Scrumptious.
I mean, they really tuned it up for the show here on the right. But they were definitely getting it. They had the right idea with these books. I see why so many people stumble upon those in the library, right? At a young age. That's the gateway that conservatives need to be worried about. Fuck the Pornhub. It's these dumb books that get snuck into the local regional library that an 8-year-old picks up, and then halfway into the book there's Adam with a ball sack of an apple halfway into his mouth, looking lustfully at.
That's more like nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? He's just chilling with
Okay.
the apple mouth, just chilling,
Yeah, all right.
looking at the sky, looking at the clouds.
Any way you need to justify it. These are the same people that grow up with the rave pants and the tattoos at an early age and the gauges and all of the 10 million facial piercings. These are the same. These are our children that have stumbled upon this heathenry.
I don't think that's accurate. I don't
Indoctrinating our children.
I don't agree.
Indoctrinating our children.
Oh my god.
The Japanese.
No, so there is this thing where like a lot of stuff that gets pushed here is supposed to make Americans like fans of Japanese culture. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's like anything that's cross-marketed. It's only the best stuff. Like all the Korean stuff, like the Squid Game and fucking Train to
We're not
Busan
watching
and all that. That's all because, hey, this is good, and this will make you look at our entertainment industry as just as good as yours.
The little fucking K-dramas with the fucking 50 million Subway appearances.
Yeah, well, that's hilarious. Yeah, there was that trend of like looking at every bit of product placement in a Korean show.
Son, they doing that. I didn't even know it was a thing, but I noticed it was a thing. I was like, yo, Subway's gross.
Yeah. Well, if everyone is as sexy as Adam in the show, I'll give it a watch. I'll give it a look-see.
No, I mean, I don't know if you're in the old dudes, but outside of that, probably. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, who the fuck is this?
That's Buddha.
That's Buddha?
You.
Okay. Buddha?
Mm-hmm.
I see you.
Buddha.
And he's got the little dragon teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a look-see.
Mm-hmm.
And the next time I'll come back with my thoughts. I'll save them for the show. I won't tell you how it's going.
All right, then. Okay. All right.
I'll let you know. I have watched anime And I'm trying to think of any that I've liked. I really am, because there have been some.
We all know there's a stunt in your brain for capacity for enjoying things. So I get
Sure.
it. It's okay.
Yeah, I enjoy plenty of things. Don't get me wrong. And like I grew up on the Pokemon show. Like, okay, I get that. Avatar, The Last Airbender, I liked that. I didn't like Korra very much. It was lame.
A lot of people say that about Korra.
Yeah, did not like that. I liked what else? I don't know if you could call Ben 10. That was kind of like an anime crossover-ish art
It's
style.
a cartoon, but it's It's close. It's closest.
Teen Titans. I don't know if that's an anime art style.
I think that's like a Korean product. Closest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I liked all like the Americanized anime stuff.
Yeah. Like
But,
Kirby Right Back at You and Sonic X.
I did see a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I didn't have like CW kids like that.
What? That everybody had that. You didn't need
Well,
cable for that.
I didn't have it on like that. That's what I meant to say. I wasn't watching it.
Son, every Saturday morning, I'm up watching all that shit. I'm flipping between 5 and 3.
The only thing I watched was like Donkey Kong because of how bad it looked. I was like,
I never watched that.
I was like in shock of how awful this shit was.
What was that on?
And Donkey Kong was just like this black dude.
You're lying.
Well, it was like a white dude doing a black voice. It was crazy. King K. Rool was fun. No, I'm serious. It was Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong.
It was a cartoon or it was live action?
It was a 3D animated show, and it looked awful. You've never seen any of the memes of this?
Well, when you get a letter that
This is
says,
what this shit looked like on TV.
Monkey Kong have been...
Monkey Kong? Let me see that.
It's terrifying to look at, and that's why I did. I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
That's what Donkey Kong sounds like?
This is Cranky Kong or whatever.
No, but Donkey Kong was supposed to be in the paper.
Yeah. That's Donkey Kong.
That's not a black voice.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a white dude doing a black
Isn't for you.
affect.
Hey, I don't have to leave Congo Bongo. Isn't that great news?
It might be a black dude. It might be like a theater black guy, you know, like a musical.
I could see that actually.
Then we made this whole big bash for nothing?
Then why did I pay for this dinner?
Then why I brush my teeth? Then why did I use up my best material on this Because you like it.
No, that's a dub. That's someone
I was
else.
about to say, I was
A
like...
banned episode. Oh shit. That might actually have been. These are the voices. These are the people. So maybe that did happen. I don't know. I just happened to click on the top clip, of course, is whatever's going to be banned or whatever didn't make it to TV.
Like, did he really say that shit?
Not on the show, no. But you'd never seen this?
No. Ever.
This shit was terrifying.
Come on, Candy. I'll take you home.
All right. You're still my little love monkey.
This is like those things on Adult Swim that they play in between the show, you know? That's what it feels like. Like those like fever dream nightmare shit.
No, so they start dancing and shit. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Like it really is trippy to look at how bad this is. I'm just glad they did this to Donkey Kong and not Mario. I don't think Mario would have bounced back. I think that's what happened to Donkey Kong. Like he never quite recovered after this.
There's not a lot of Donkey Kong games now that you mention it.
Because of this god awful bullshit they had playing on free TV.
Oh fucking god.
Your love is like a dream come true.
How old is this shit? Cause what the fuck?
I'm just watching this. I'm just mesmerized. But no, I did sort of half grow up on this because I would flip to it and this would be on, and I would
What
be glued to it
channel?
because I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was like trying to be Jimmy Neutron and
Yeah.
fucking failing. And I had Donkey Kong Country on my Game Boy, so I was like, okay, here's all these characters I recognize. I was like, but goddamn, does this look bad?
This looks terrible.
Yeah, so
This looks terrible.
fun stuff. And that's the kind of anime that I've enjoyed throughout the years.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I'll think of a show I've watched from start to finish. There have been some. It's just so inconsequential to me that I'm like, it's just back there somewhere in the old noggin. And I'm sure when I open up the door to it all, I'll remember what I've seen and what I haven't seen.
Need you to distract the audience for approximately 60 to
Yes,
90
of
seconds.
course. Of course I can do that. Audience. People. Oh man, there's so much going on lately. We talked a lot, I think last time, about Colleen Ballinger. That was fun. Her bullshit song. I haven't heard much in the way of any like consequences or fallout from that, other than the usual cancel mob. And I mean, leave the poor girl alone. She just tried to make good. She spent all that time making a beautiful song for us, and all we can do is shit down her open mouth. That's not very nice. What's she been up to, I wonder? Let's take a look. Top stories. Ooh, Huffington Post says, remainder of Colleen Ballinger's tour canceled amid grooming allegations. My goodness. Poor woman. Colleen Ballinger, who is better known for her YouTube character Miranda Sings, has had the rest of her shows in her 2023 tour canceled. She was set to appear in her comedy show where she performs as both herself and her character on Thursday in Boise, Idaho. Cancellations follow former fans telling Huffington Post that they had inappropriate relationships with the 36-year-old YouTuber when some of them were teens. The former fan said that Ballinger would confide in them about her relationship problems and make sexual jokes. Yeah. We talked a lot about Adam McIntyre here, who they sort of glaze over being one of the primary people lately to speak out against her joining the few people with direct accounts of misconduct. Let's see. Oh, we didn't talk about this. I did bring up Trisha Paytas because they had a podcast together, which ended amid all of this controversy. But what I didn't mention, what was still unfolding at the time of our last recording, was that Colleen Ballinger has been outed for talking shit about Trisha Paytas behind her back, not just to friends of hers, but to fans and underage kids, sending them her OnlyFans material, making fun of her body. And Trisha Paytas, I mean, I hesitate to call her a looker, but, you know, she's out there making a career. I almost typed in looker. How fucking dumb am I? She's trying to make a career for herself, and she has established a great career for herself, you know, showing off her body and, you know, being rather risque. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for somebody who's supposed to be your friend, somebody that you're doing a show with, like a weekly show where you sit down and talk to each other for 2-3 hours a session, to find out that they've been shit-talking you behind your back, right? So we talked about Colleen last time, right? You remember?
Yeah.
And she did the guitar thing. I mentioned this lady on her left. I mentioned that they had a podcast together that just began just a few months ago, and that ended when all this fallout happened with the children and all these accusations.
Mm-hmm.
I briefly mentioned Trisha Paytas, but what I failed to mention, which was still unfolding at the time, was that Colleen here was talking shit about her co-host behind her back to her fans and to children. Trisha Paytas is known for having a pretty prominent OnlyFans where she's like fully nude and everything. So Colleen here would take screenshots or find nude images of Trisha and send them to people and make fun of her in group chats. This person, it'd be like if you and I were doing this and then I get outed for like being a pervert or whatever, sure. But then in the middle of it all, it comes out that I've been doing nothing but talking shit about you and like telling anyone who will listen, telling Justin and San Leanda that, you know, you have a small dick and that your nipples are weird. And hers are. Trisha Paytas' nipples are strange because she had a botched boob job, notoriously. That's part of the draw. People do want to see her naked because she's always talking about how deformed her body is. But she's very beautiful and she knows how to, you know, get up. And it's all, everything she does is ham. It's all just, you know, overacting, over performing. She's just larger than life, this lady. But still, it's got to hurt to know that your co-host is, like I said, talking shit to anybody who will listen.
Dragging you through the mud.
Yeah. It's insane. And she wants to be Miss Goody Two Shoes, you know, and pretend to be this wholesome kids entertainer. And Trisha's quite clearly an adult entertainer. You know, she leans in on the edgier side. But still, I mean, it paints a different picture behind the scenes of how she behaves, Colleen, and how she operates.
Do you think someone could be an adult entertainer and then start doing like a kid's show after?
So their podcast wasn't for kids, I'll say that. It was sort of, and Colleen Ballinger has never said that her content is for kids, right? Because she's, like, people like her always use the guise of, I'm a comedian, or like anything I say, you know, I'm liable to get a little crazy, right? But it's common knowledge that most, if not all, of her fan base are children. Like we saw that video last time of her and this little, just straight up fucking little kid.
So you got kids on there, and that's for adults. Who are you catering to? Harvey Weinstein?
No, exactly.
Or what's the other
why are you
one?
having kids on if it's
Jeff Epstein?
So they use the spectrum defense. It's all ages or whatever, and that you know, view with a viewer discretion advised, whatever, for all their stuff. But still, you're having kids on your channel. Yes, you're having kids, not necessarily on their podcast. All that aside, yeah, former fans, including one who was a minor at the time, also said that Ballinger sent them nude photos of fellow YouTuber Trisha Paytas. Paytas, a former friend of the podcast, co-host of Ballinger's, whose nude photos were behind a paywall on OnlyFans, said in a YouTube video that she did not condone Ballinger sending others her photos. Yeah, and they're public. And they have been for a while. Like, we could look at them right now if we wanted to. However, I don't. But what I will do instead is pull up her response, because I haven't seen that yet.
Carlene's going down, because first off, between the kid shit and the sending photo shit she's done, because sending naked photos, that's literally illegal. Like, I'm not sure to what level, but like, she not gonna have a good time, you know what I'm saying? She about to have a bad day.
Yeah. Let's take a look at their podcast real quick so you can get an idea of what they were doing together.
Boom.
It was called Oversharing.
We meet again for a fun,
oh
intellectual...
shit, this is somebody's
I'm not gonna have it, because then I don't want to get, I start to get excited. I'm like, I don't want this to
People.
Oh my god, I don't want to watch this lady's
I was like, why
critique of the podcast. No, but you can get an idea. Like, it's just them sitting there talking about
and tries to ruin people.
Their shared trauma and whatever's going on in their lives. I wonder if it's all been taken down.
I'm done. Oh damn, people don't like it. Well, I'm sure they have a fan base though.
Well, I'm sure Trisha Paytas has requested it be taken down. I'm sure she obliged Colleen Ballinger, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. Wow. I wonder if you can still find it on
So she took it
Spotify,
down
maybe.
altogether. Oh, real talk. Yeah, because it's like, nah, I'm gonna erase all trace of that motherfucker.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's wild. Everything was a lie.
Oh, I just had it. There we go. Let's see.
Oh,
Okay, it's still up on Spotify, which it should have video
This
as well.
episode is brought to you by
Change
Progressive.
your
Are you thinking more about how to tighten up your budget
your
these
like
days? Drivers who
titles
save by
and
switching to
your like
Progressive save over
summaries and shit for your videos after you post them or nah?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Can you change the summaries of videos after you post them or no?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say,
Would I edit the description after making it already?
Can the poster edit it?
Yeah,
Okay, word.
it's
Because I was
possible.
like, what if she's like, I Trisha and me Colleen, and then she changes it all to I Trisha and this dumb two-faced bitch. You know?
It doesn't appear to be the case. We still have the full. That would be a great idea. I'll send that her way for sure.
Oversharing with trick ass hoe and Trisha Paytas.
Yeah, that certainly. But you get an idea. We can listen to a little bit of some of what they would talk about. And like I said, look at this. Sharing about their trauma was the last episode they put out.
It was like, I mean, I've done music videos
Was
too.
it a
but
challenge they did?
No, it was like a full series. You know who Seth Rudetsky is? He was
Of
like
course,
the vocal,
yeah.
So like he was like the vocal coach on it, and like they were searching for the next Elle Woods.
Yeah, I live for the show. Bailey Haynes.
Wait, so you've seen it?
I've seen all of it. I know all the characters. That Lena, what's her Lena? She's like a huge Broadway actress now. Yeah.
And they would dress up in outfits and match each other and like coordinate and everything. This is coming off of Trisha Paytas' podcast with Ethan Klein called Frenemies.
Oh, word, okay. Oh, yeah.
Which crashed and burned because Trisha blew it up and she had a couple meltdowns. But this was easily one of the most popular podcasts on YouTube for a time.
I think I kind of remember this because it was something about her. He wasn't kicking with her, and then they ended up being cool or whatever after they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not cool anymore at all, these two, but because like I said, she totally blew up and stormed out.
Damn.
But they had a similar thing. All I'm bringing this up for is like this is very similar to what she tried to do with Colleen just a few months ago. Was they would dress up, they would have themes and dress up in outfits.
Oh.
Like there's this notorious thumbnail of Ethan is dressed up like the Mask. Like there she is. She's like the Riddler here.
Oh.
And he's supposed to be Jeffree Star in this.
Oh, okay.
If you know who Jeffree Star is, you shouldn't have.
Surprisingly, I do.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't know how, but surprisingly, I do.
They're dressed up like each other here. So he's Trisha in this one, and she's supposed to be him. It was very funny, and they always got millions of views, which is rare for a podcast other than Joe Rogan's to get several million views per upload.
I guess because they got two fan bases, so that's smart. That's like if we start doing a podcast with another podcast.
Yeah, they went all in. I mean, like he got the whole damn mask makeup going, the whole Jim Carrey getup. Yeah, that's what he kept saying the entire time. And she's supposed to be Cameron Diaz, I think. So they did a mask.
Oh, she was. I know that was her in the mask. I know.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
So
I wanted to say something, but I'm not going to.
Go ahead, no, please.
I don't think Cameron Diaz is attractive.
You don't think Cameron Diaz is attractive? I used to have the biggest crush on Cameron Diaz. Like I had one celebrity crush at that age, and I had seen The Mask so many times.
I heard she went to school with Snoop Dogg. He quote, he allegedly may have assisted her in achieving plant matter, if you will.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, she's beautiful.
Yeah. But if I'm gonna be real with you, you know what I'm saying?
And she's still beautiful. Look at that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really you know what I'm saying? I don't
I
really
get it.
feel in
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
She doesn't act anymore either. She stopped acting like 10 or 15 years ago. She's done.
Oh, damn. Has it been that long?
Mhm.
Holy shit.
She's done. She's out.
What's she do now? She just be chilling?
She's chilling, yep.
Just be chilling.
She's not out doing shows, nothing.
What was her last movie? Like, it was about like a dude with 3 girlfriends or something.
I think she did something with Jack Nicholson or something, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, he's funny. Yeah. What's he been doing?
What Happens in Vegas.
That's the last movie? What's with Ashton Kutcher, right?
It sure is.
When did that come out?
Looks like 2008. So
I thought this other movie came out after. I don't remember what it's called. It's like The Other Girl or some shit. The Other Woman or something. Let's see when that came out.
Let's see. Oh, maybe she was in Annie in 2014. Was she the lady in the orphanage in Annie?
I don't even remember. I saw it, but I don't recall. Damn.
Oh, I guess she was. Look at that.
Oh, damn.
So that was the last thing she did, because that was 2014. So she came out of retirement for this.
Oh, okay. That's
It was her and Jamie Foxx.
Hopped in there with Black Annie. Okay, right. Hard Knock Life for us.
There we go. I like that for her. I forgot all about that movie.
When did The Other Woman come out? I need to know.
I don't know. But let's get back
You know what I'm talking about?
Let's get back to ripping on Colleen.
Oh
I want to watch Trisha's video if she gets to the point. Let's see what she has to say, because I haven't seen what she has to say. And she's...
Oh, right. What's she gonna say about?
Yeah, what is she gonna say about her snake co-host?
So this is a video that I really did not want to make.
Oh my God, I cannot hear this. Girl, you gotta speak into the mic.
I've really taken a step back from having to comment on everything, having to respond to everything said about me on the internet, because at the end of the day, it just gets really exhausting. And then, of course, being in other people's business, even if I have strong opinions about it, I really decided years ago that it wasn't good for my mental health. I have a mental illness, I have a personality disorder, which is hard to regulate my emotions. I get triggered very easily. So I've learned to deal with triggers.
Yeah, so this is a lot of what she deals with and talks about. This is a lot of what contributed to her departure from the other thing I was showing you. And yeah, like she would just have these episodes. And still to this day, she's married to Ethan Klein's brother-in-law.
Oh, that's how they know each other.
Well, no. They know each other because Ethan Klein on his podcast network, the H3 podcast, he would talk shit about her.
Yeah.
And eventually she volunteered to come on the show and defend herself. And people loved the podcast so much that they would later behind the scenes start putting together a production with the two of them. And like she would be a regular co-host of his on another show that they produced called Frenemies. So they made good. They made up on all the shit talking he did on her. And they were off to the races with this Frenemies show, and it went well. But there would just be some episodes where he would say something, or maybe not even say something, or she would take things the wrong way. And I saw it firsthand. I watched damn near every episode of that because it was hilarious. But there would just be some things that set her off.
What you're saying is
totally inexplicably.
She's emotionally unstable.
Yes, and that's what she's outlining in the beginning of this video we're watching now. She's incredibly unstable, emotionally unpredictable, and she's got diagnosed multiple personality disorder.
Oh boy.
Whatever that means for her personally. It's a big spectrum, but most of the time it meant her getting up and storming out of a recording session.
God damn. one of them motherfuckers takes over, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? I want some chimichangas, and walks the fuck out.
Yeah, I think in her case it's more bipolar leaning, where instead of it being someone else per se, it's like another version of herself that suddenly is irate or suddenly is emotionally overwhelmed. So from everything I've witnessed, and I have not been tracking her career up to this point, just...
You ain't gotta lie. I saw the posters in your room.
Yeah, well, that's what the curtain's for. Yeah, I keep them up, you know, in her honor, but I do cover them out of shame. But she's hilarious. She's got a great personality, or several, and she speaks really quickly. And that's kind of her whole thing, is like she talks really high, really fast, and
I feel like I know people like her, and they annoy me.
Exactly.
So like I like don't like her.
And she's like the most high pitched version of that personality type, and she's always eating shit. Her big thing is mukbangs. Like she's always doing the big McDonald's haul, eating shit with the acrylic nails.
They're so good.
Like, oh my god, I love these fries with the sweet and tangy sauce. I don't eat them any other way. I never do. You'll never catch me eating them. And she just goes on and on and on, and it's funny to watch. And she's notorious for what set off their rivalry. Her and Ethan Klein was he made a video. It was one of the last videos he made on their original YouTube channel, not a podcast, where it was Instagram versus reality. So they were looking at side-by-side pictures of people's Instagram posts versus candid photos of them from a distance. Yeah. And the photo that they showed of her was like abnormally grotesque and maybe even photoshopped. Like it was not in good faith. The bad picture they showed of her, and like truly, it was like the most like off-color photo. So she got mad just like because that's not an accurate depiction of how she looks at her resting state, anyways. And she'll admit to using filters and better photos, but like that was just like a unnecessary. Yeah. And they were like, "Well, come on the show, come on the show, and let's talk about it." And they did, and they had fun. And
be like, "Bro, what the fuck is this, man?
What
is that, bro? What you doing?"
So later on, during their filming together, she would meet Ethan's wife, and through Ethan's wife, she would meet her brother, Ethan's wife's brother, Ethan's brother-in-law, and the two of them went on, or they set up some sort of like bachelor thing, or like a bachelorette thing, and they called it like the Batch H3 Lorette. It was really corny. A tacky framing, but they were going to set her up to do like a 3 or 4 episodes of her looking for people that they were going to set her up with, and they had to shut it all down because they would later find out that she started dating his brother-in-law. Yeah.
Oh damn.
And so then, all the next few weeks shows went out the window because they were like, well, we can't fucking do this anymore. And they ended up swapping her out for one of the crew members. And then it became the Bachelor. Instead of the Bachelorette, they had a guy come in and they set him up with a bunch of dates. But they eloped during COVID, and they had some falling outs with Ethan and with his wife Ela.
Oh damn!
And Trisha here is responsible in large part for their family sort of breaking contact with this guy. His name's Moses. Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. You didn't have to tell me that last part. I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah. So I mean, it was wild to watch. It was very emotional for them. It was hilarious at a distance, just watching like the unhinged craziness go on.
Fall apart.
Yeah, no, truly, that's all you're doing is witnessing it, and it is sad to witness. You know, you never want to see people in pain like that, but it makes for good ass entertainment, and they knew that. They milked it for views. They're guilty of that. So I mean, like, who am I not to sit back and enjoy with my popcorn and my icy and, you know, my lounge chair. Here's her basically doing what she's always done, prefacing whatever she's about to say with that she has mental health problems. And let's get to a point that has more traffic. Yeah, about 5 minutes
how
in.
they felt, you know, to kind of brush it over in the way she did, and, you know, ultimately became like memes, and now it becomes somewhat lighthearted, even though it's not a lighthearted issue. I was shocked, and she sent me the link to her video, her apology video, and I didn't respond back to it because I was shocked. Weeks prior to the...
Now, this is a big step for Trisha Paytas here, I will say. This is my first time watching this. She's known for making response videos or apologies or anything, in any way, shape, or form, responding to someone or some series of events. She makes these videos on her, like, kitchen floor, eating, crying, like a mess, like with the mascara running and her hair in disarray. She's all disheveled, and she's like, her lips quiver, and that's like 80% of the video usually. But this, she's clearly taking her medicine. She's very calm, collected. She's in a chair for once, in front of what I can assume to be a computer and not her cell phone. And she's making this. She's doing this seriously, and, you know, good for her. I mean, maybe there's someone in the background helping her with it, but normally when these things happen, they're in the heat of the moment for her, and they're always 9 times out of 10 like a hot mess to watch, and then they get way more views. I am noticing this only has 3 million views as of 7 days ago, so maybe if she were a complete and utter wreck here, this could be doing better.
She's not even doing the lip quiver.
I'll pull up one of those after this just so you can see what I'm talking, because they are something.
Staying in touch,
They're
because,
truly
again,
a spectacle.
I know what it feels like to have the whole internet.
I don't even
come
know how to
down,
do it.
Even if the whole internet is right, like, I'm someone, again, who struggles with mental health issues, mental illness, and I know what that can feel like, and I know I don't want anyone, guilty or not, to ever feel like they don't have someone to talk to, that there's not a way out of a situation, that there's not a way to make a situation right. So I kind of stayed in touch with her, but
okay, so she's saying she stayed in touch with Colleen throughout the backlash she was getting, until I can only assume until she would later find out that she was being shit talked behind her back. Let's skip to 9 minutes in.
it is a little embarrassing, if I'm being honest, but I'm more embarrassed for her that this is the kind of person she is. Like,
damn girl.
I'm so embarrassed. Sending these to fans unsolicited, the context of which...
Yeah, so she's talking about finding out she's having her adult content sent to Colleen's fans to be made fun of and to be made a mockery of in private group chats and DMs. I mean, still, like, not that it's really any better. Like, to be shit talked about behind your back to anyone is unsettling, and, you know, it's rude, disrespectful, but to kids? Why? Why? First of all, it's like, why do you even care what a kid thinks? For one, we just established at the beginning of our show here that kids are savage monsters. They're not even, their opinions aren't even valid in any sense of the word. They're kids. They have a lot of growing to do, a lot of maturing to do. Why the fuck would you ask a kid's opinion on anything?
God. Oh my fucking God, yo.
You know? And why would you want to have a substantial conversation with a kid about something potentially as serious as this? I mean, here you are talking about somebody you're in business with, that you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars with. There's like real money on the line, and you're gonna shit talk them with kids, like at the kinder care at the fucking Miniland. So are you kidding me?
I just been doing the little
yeah.
TikTok dances and shit.
Doing dances in between, yeah. filming each other hitting the Dougie. I'm not even sure people do that anymore. That's how out of the loop I am. But whatever the trend is, they're drinking Grimace shakes and fucking looking at Trisha Paytas' OnlyFans, apparently.
Oh my fucking God. Mom, I need your credit card. For what? Don't worry about it, I need it.
What's your birthday, Mom? I need some old bitch's birthday to log into OnlyFans.
Oh shit!
Give me some V-Bucks while you're at it.
Fuck yeah! I need them I need them V-Bucks.
So that's good. She's clapping back here. Because in the beginning, at 5 minutes, she's saying she was supporting her, just being there in the background, like, hey, if you need my help throughout this, we'll put the show on pause, but I'm still here. I'm not just abandoning you. And then boom, like a week later or whatever, people leak this. And she's like, what the fuck was I even halfway helping you for? You dumb, dirty snake, reptile bitch. Yeah, with the tongue and everything.
I don't get the purpose. I don't know if there was an inside joke I'm missing on this. The fan said, hey, congratulations on becoming parents.
I haven't seen the DMs either.
A nude of me and says, you look so pretty in this. And these weren't a long time ago. This is someone well into their 30s just gave birth sending nudes. And a month prior, I was in her house meeting her child and doing a mukbang, meeting her newborn and doing a mukbang with her. In these texts, there's also friends of hers. They showed the viewing parties that were talked about to make fun of me. They did viewing parties of my adult content to make fun of me. And there's a friend of hers who I actually met as well back in 2018 with his face posing next to...
Here's an entertainment news article. At the time, Trisha responded by sharing a conversation she had with Colleen about the allegation. I did ask her about these a couple of weeks ago. She explained in her July 3rd video, she assured me that she had never sent photos of me and that this one fan who was underage at the time would send photos to her. So Colleen was saying, oh, I was getting these and I wasn't responding. Sure, Trisha further noted that she and Colleen had been friendly over the years. These weren't a long time ago. That's what she was just saying, what we were just listening to. This is someone well into their 30s who just gave birth, sending nudes. And a month prior, I was in Colleen's house, meeting her newborn, doing a mukbang with her. Yep, that's what we just listened to a moment ago. So we don't have the DMs themselves here, it seems, which I would be curious to see, but I'm sure they're nothing more than what's being described here in detail. It just seems to be some slight conversation occurring in private. Yeah, I mean, poor girl. Let's look at her falling apart, though, because that's more entertaining.
Oh, my God. That's what the people love. Do you want to see us cry on here? Fucking hysterically?
Yeah, this is the shit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit.
It's always, like, edited and shit, and it's great.
I don't know what to do. He's blocked me. Tell me.
She's not editing these herself, of course, but this is the meme edit of one of these. Here's her on her channel.
So I am doing this video to document myself right now. I'm learning to not answer texts from guys who are users or emails. From guys who just want sex, because I can no longer handle sex. I can't handle casual sex. I can't.
Yeah, I've been there, girl. I'm going through that right now, as a matter of fact. It's rough. It's rough, yeah. When you get with somebody, and then they pretend like you don't exist anymore. Like a day later, they're out of there. When they had so many nice things to say in the moment, you know, and I'm not pressed or anything, but it's just like, okay, just be real, just say what you think, and then let's move on. Done.
Fucks.
So
I don't know.
what's
I don't
with
know,
all the mixed messaging? Yeah, I understand that completely. I'm with her. You know, that one's just depressing to watch. Usually they're funnier. Like this shit, the one we watched a second ago is funny. I wish we had the uncut version of that. I think she took that off her channel though. So.
Oh damn.
Oh, here we go. Oh no, it's all edited still.
Goodness gracious. She goes
Like she's just hamming it up. I mean, truly, it's so good. There's this one video though that like went semi-viral. It's like her with like lube. Like just 100 layers of. I don't even know if I can say that on. Have you seen this?
I have not.
I actually had no interest in doing anything 100 layers, but everyone keeps asking me, so I'm going to be doing the 100 layers of cum challenge as suggested to me by my friend
God.
Shane Dawson on Twitter.
Jane Dawson, another canceled
and I couldn't find a
YouTube figure for weird kid shit and weird animal shit he was doing with his cats of all things. Yeah, weird fucking weirdo. But let's watch her on his recommendation apply this to her face.
What? Spunk on my face.
So it's artificially manufactured semen that she's gonna layer
I don't know
on.
how you're supposed to keep track. I guess just count. So here we go.
I think this is a fantastic way to end.
Okay, that actually looks like
You have to have seen this before, this meme. And the whole video is slowed down. She does this in real time for like 20 minutes. But by the end, she's like clearly hamming it up, like her mouth is wide open and shit. Like, look at her. She's fucking ridiculous.
It's everywhere. It is everywhere. Okay.
It's so floppy.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love her whole deal. She's an inspiration to many, for good reason.
I don't know what to say, honestly. I don't.
You can't tell me that isn't fucking hilarious to watch.
It looked nasty.
She's like the damn, what's it called? Like if the grapefruit lady.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Was still relevant. I mean,
But like, she put all that shit on her fucking face. What the fuck?
just to see if she could do it, you know, enough. And for the clickbait, of course. I mean, people all this time later are still looking the shit up. I think she deleted this too. I don't know.
Go ahead, keep it up, girl. You done did it. You done did it.
100 layers of lipsticks. Yeah. I mean, she's awesome. She does a lot. She does the most. And now she's into the mukbangs. Like she was saying the last time she was at Colleen's house was for a mukbang. Yeah, you type Trisha Paytas M, and then it's like that's her husband, Ethan's
wife's
brother-in-law. Yeah, his wife's brother.
You think Colleen sends
Here it is.
pictures of Trisha to her newborn?
Probably, yeah. She's probably getting her started young. This was it. This was the instance she was talking about.
The day is here. Trisha Paytas, the queen herself, is in my house, and we're doing another mukbang.
McDonald's mukbang.
I am so excited.
That's my thing. Like, it's just so fucking extra. Her voice is amazing. She's carved out a whole lane for us. That's my thing. Her voice, I love it.
Looking back on my birth with Flynn, I'm like, that was great. Like, I look back on.
I want to see how many bites this bitch takes of this burger. I see 2 here, and I think I have a feeling that that's it, or that most of it went right back into the toilet moments later.
After all that false
face first into the toilet.
Like starts to move down.
But that's so cool.
Yeah.
They normal either, and I felt like I was gonna have a heart
I mean,
attack.
she's going to town over here. Like,
First off, how is she talking and eating at the same goddamn time?
She
literally didn't care about anything. He was just
was
like,
a
let's just do a
world
C-section
away, and look how fast she speaks. This is what I was getting.
or whatever.
At.
So I was like, so we just did because her heart rate was dropping.
So did they ask you or did they tell you? Were they like, this is an emergency, we have to, or were they like, would you mind getting a C-section? Like, how did that process go?
He kind of just told us, but he was very casual about it. I don't think it was an emergency where they were like, we need to do it right now. But he's like, okay, it's probably time.
Yeah.
Because everything was super like relaxed for 3 hours. We were pushing and she didn't like move at all. So I was like, how did you not see she was not moving at all? But it was fine. Like I said, there were so many nurses coming.
Yeah, just going.
So she like, cause it's not all that fast, but then she like speeds up. It's like a car accelerating, and then it's like, okay, I'm following, and then it's like, I'm like, oh, hold on, what the fuck?
Let me see
It's like
this.
it's like when you see a fly flying around, you kind of hit it, and that motherfucker dip.
Yeah, like she went on America's Got Talent and did that.
Really gorgeous. She talk fast.
Yeah, that was her talent.
So who's your favorite judge?
Howard Stern, he's like my crush. He's the husband.
He's your crush.
I love him, he's so gorgeous. I know, I get that a lot. Someone thought I was a stripper or a porn star. I'm like, nope, I love Jesus. I'm not like that.
Yeah, okay.
Well, what is your name?
My name is Trish, like fish.
Trish. And Trish, how do you... Trish like fish. Trish, I'm fascinated. How do you function in life? In other words, are you able to walk around and get a job?
I'm like a computer programmer, but I work in my house so no one ever sees me.
All right, what are you going to do today?
I talk really fast, and like I'm a rapper.
Yes, a rapper.
A rapper.
All right, I have high hopes for you. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm ready. Every single summer when I turn on my TV, I'm watching HT, thinking how should we be on that stage on occasion. My soul off of hold. Didn't take it seriously because I never had a talent. A lot like Jimmy Fallon. See, people think I'm bad, but just like any other blonde, except for my hot mom who says my class is all fast. Pass me in the class, tell me I find you bad. I'm bargaining with it. Tell me I'm no.
Yeah, like the producers or the bookers knew her from YouTube and from she was with that guy Shane Dawson that she was talking about a lot. She's with for a while David Dobrik. I think at this time she was one of the David Dobrik crew.
I think that's why well, I don't know if that's why, but I think she was with them and Ethan was talking that spicy stuff. Talking that.
It wasn't then. It was a little later than that. But she was married to this guy named Jason Nash, who is of like a prominent member of the David Dobrik circle.
I knew like 2 people that watched that, and I never got it. I'm like, why are you just watching these people?
Yeah.
I never got it, but I knew 2 people that watched that.
I do not understand it at all.
Okay, so it's all coming together. Because I was like, no, she's from something else. That's what it
David
was.
Dobrik. You may have seen her.
Yeah. Some of the stuff I remember very vaguely. I remember Ethan was talking about her. Did he talk about all of them or just her?
So he's talked about them.
Yeah.
After all this shit he did with her in particular, but like I said, the stuff he talked on her was mainly just with this one video, Instagram versus reality, where they examined people who put up clearly doctored photos of themselves and try to pass them for real. But the one they did of her, the real one, was like totally. Like I'll try to find it. Trisha Paytas.
Do you remember the little memes that when you go to David Dobrik's house or whatever, and you like take a drink, and then it's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's like basically you take a drink, and it's like they drugged you or some shit. It was a thing.
Yeah. So they did talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those, and then a few people came forward. Yeah, like I got quote unquote pranked or whatever. Yeah. This was the photo they used. This was the side by side.
Have you guys ever?
And this is actually the video that I was describing. So they did this, and she was like, "Okay, that's just unfair. Like clearly, that's a photo of me purposefully looking disgusting, you know." Or it's like a still frame in a video that somebody screen grabbed. You know?
I'll even admit.
That'd be like if that picture you took of me the other night, somebody tried to say that's how I look all the time, you know? It's just not fair that you caught me off guard. You know, you framed me up in the worst possible way. That's what this is. Here's like professional photo shoot versus casual like screen grab of a video.
So you ever see the things where it's like don't pause Disney, and it's like because when they're moving the animation, you know what I'm saying, and you just pause it and the character looks crazy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like that. And
they did the same comparison with Tana Mojo, who they're friends with now, and they've all made up with. But I mean, here's before and after Photoshop. Yeah, fun stuff. This was a controversial video of theirs. Yeah,
that's a big difference. First off, Melania doesn't smile. Everyone knows that.
She smiles.
No, they used to, when she be out and about, they be like, yo, she'll never smile, son.
She's a human person.
Is she? Is she a fucking android or some shit?
Definitely not. All right. Well, if you can remember anything about the episode here, would you like to advise the people on what or what not to do with their lives in their spare time?
This is a big one. Don't distribute nude photos. One, that's like mad illegal, and two, like
don't distribute other people's nude photos. Your own, go hog wild, making OnlyFans, monetize your thighs.
Well, yeah, get your money, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely don't send other people's shit. I don't get people that do that. That's wild. But son, real talk, because that shit happens. People do that. Let me find out people out here sending pictures of me. It could be a picture of me clothed. If you send it to people, you're going to jail. I don't give a fuck.
Don't send pictures of me in any circumstance to anyone ever.
I don't give a fuck. You're going to jail
at all.
Just because.
Don't share this podcast. Do not mark it on my behalf. I have it covered. Do not
send videos, but not pictures. Send the podcast. You can send.
If I find you screenshotting any part of this podcast and sending it, we're gonna have a problem.
You can share the podcast specifically, but no still pictures.
Yeah.
If there's a microphone in the shot, it's a go. If there's not a microphone in the shot,
excellent rule of thumb. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an apply all.
Yeah, there you go. There's no videos of me naked with a microphone, as far as I know. So not yet. Subscribe to the L&C OnlyFans.
Yeah, that'll be the day. That's how you know we're down bad.
No, when we're done like dancing in the stars or some shit.
Yeah, truly.
Oh, man. Holy fuck.
Well, stay tuned, everybody. We just did a field piece in DC.
Indeed.
That I'm still putting together. Bear with me.
Bear with me.
I had to ramshackle stitch that shit together.
It takes some time, takes some work.
But it's coming.
It's well worth it.
It's well worth it. Check it out. I might put it up as a podcast. I might put it up as a video. Just on YouTube, exclusive style. We'll see.
We'll see what's up. But you're going to love it. You're going to be like, this is fantastic. They should do more of it.
You'll love it so much you'll want to screenshot it. But remember, if there's no mic, we'll sue you.
We're going to fucking sue you.
And it's an L&C promise.
An L&C guarantee, or your fucking money back, bitch.
Or your money goes to us.
It goes to us.